Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Chris, and I'm going to teach you guys what I think was my biggest breakout moment on the guitar. I was already a pretty good rhythm player, and I could strum chords and play along and do different things, but I really wanted to get into the leads and more melodic stuff. So one of my guitar teachers taught me the blues scale, and so that's what I'm going to teach you guys today. It's a pattern scale that you can apply in every key. You just have to know where to start it, and I'll show you some of that too. But today, I'm going to show you, it basically will start in E. So when people think of blues, they think of okay, that's my loop right there. Okay, but don't be fooled by that, because blues is actually the basis for just about every kind of music you've ever listened to, from rock to country to whatever. It's got a blues base to it. So this scale, you learn this scale and you learn to apply it, you can use it in all types of music, and it's expandable, which we'll do that in future videos, but we're gonna keep it simple today. So I'm gonna show you guys the blues scale, and I'm gonna show it to you we were just playing an E, okay, that's an E. So we're going to play the E blues scale to start with, and it goes just like this. Open, low E. Third fret on your low E. Open A. First fret on your A. Second fret on your A. Open D. Second fret on your D. Open G. Second fret on your G. Third fret on your G. Open B. Third fret on your B. Open high E. Third fret on your high E. Okay, that's it. And that is actually, just so you know, the scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. Then you're at the octave. It's a 6-note scale that just repeats all over the place. So again, from the bottom, back down, that's your blues scale right there. That is what I call box 1. It is a pattern that my hand didn't have to move all over the place. I didn't have to do anything. It was right here. Okay? That is your blues scale, box 1, in E. I'm going to fire that track back up for just a second. Okay? We won't leave that spot. One of the things you don't want to do is just run scales. That's not very creative. So you want to kind of learn to bend the strings a little bit, maybe string skip. So you're not just going. Okay, that gets a little old. But you do just a little creativity with some bends. Never left that spot. That's all right there. So now let's leave that spot for a second. I'm going to show you what I call box 2 of the blues scale. Box 2 is going to start 2 frets up from the second note of box 1. So you got open E, third fret on your E, which happens to be a G. So you go 2 frets up from that is the A on your E string, or the 5th fret. Okay, so you got the second note of box 1, go up 2 frets. There's the first note of box 2 on your blues scale. And it goes like this. 5 on your low E, 6 on your low E, 7 on your low E. 5 on your A, 7 on your A. 5 on your D. Now take and slide this fret up, or this finger up to the 7th fret on the D, and then the 8th fret on the D, 9th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, 9th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B, 10th fret on the B, 7th fret on the high E, 10th fret on the high E. So that one's going to sound like this. I'm sorry. Back down. Now see how it doesn't sound like it ends there? It wants to keep going, so watch this on the down. Now you're back into box 1. That's all just those 2 boxes. That's it. Those 2 positions. We didn't have to figure out any stuff in between. It's just position 1, position 2. Okay? Those 2 positions. Now, the cool thing is because we're guitar players, we've got the nut and the 12th fret are the same thing. That's an octave. So an octave up for this position goes like this. 15, 12 on the high E, 15, 12 on the B, 15, 14, 12 on the G, 14, 12 on the D, 14, 13, 12 on the A, 15 on the low E, 12 on the low E. So up to speed. Okay, it's the same thing. So, that's still box 1. This is just box 1. We're just doing an octave higher. Box 2 is still here. Okay? Box 1. Box 2. Box 1. So we just went the whole neck and only did two boxes. So it's a very easy pattern to learn, and don't get pigeonholed into thinking the only thing you can do with it is play blues, because the basis, like I said, for all the music you've listened to is the blues scale. You know, you like Led Zeppelin? That's your second box blues scale right there. He loves the blues scale. Just about every Led Zeppelin song you've ever heard is based on the blues scale. How about Ozzy? And actually, before I start this, I'm going to back up just a little bit, and I'm going to tell you, the odds are the first chord you play of a song is going to be the key of the blues scale that you want to play. So this particular Ozzy song goes like this. Okay? What's the first chord we played? An F sharp. So that means we're going to try the F sharp blues scale. Okay. Again, not real fun to just sit there and play scales over it, but you know, like just straight run scales. But if you mix it up and make it into something fun, note 1, note 2. So go 2 frets up from that. There's note 2. 2 frets up. There's box 2. So this isn't going to be fluid to you right out of the box. You're going to have to put some practice time into it and learn these 2 boxes. But if you learn them, like I said, they're repeatable and they're movable. So, you know, we were just playing an F sharp. What if we were... Let's try this one here. Okay, a little ZZ Top. Well, the first note was a C. So let's try the C blues. obviously works. But every style of music, I don't care what it is. You wanna play country music, you wanna play blues, you wanna play rock, you learn the blues scale, you can apply it everywhere. And it's very expandable. We can cover more through more videos. I'll show you how to fit the notes in between, but you can move from pattern to pattern. Okay, it's very movable, it's very usable, it's very friendly. It's 6 notes that just repeat all over. That's the most important part. And you can, like I said, you can apply it to everything. So don't be limited just to blues. Don't be limited to anything, because it applies to rock, country, reggae. You can do just about anything you want with a blues scale, and it'll fit. Universally, it will fit over anything. Like, there's very little music that you can't find a way to apply the blues scale to it. But sometimes you want to get away from the blues scale and do a little more creative stuff from that, because sometimes 6 notes just isn't enough. You want a few more. But it's a great starting point. It's a great jumping point for learning how to play lead guitar. So I'm going to now show you an exception to the rule, because I want you to understand that even if you can't start on the first note of a song, you can always find it. And here's how you do that. So I'm going to use Green Day as an example here. That'll get us through it. But the Green Day song, the first note we're playing is an E. So does that mean we can play E blues over it? Well, let's try it. That just doesn't, it's kind of fitting, and therefore it will kind of work, and you probably could even get away with it. But it's not exactly right, and I'm going to show you why. Because our first note was an E, right? So you think of this. Well, if you play that full chord, you're going to hear it's actually an E major. There's your opening note to that song. Very rarely will a blues scale apply over a major chord. So, because blues kind of has that dark sound to it, whereas major chords sound happy and smiley. There's nothing sad about that. Blues usually has kind of a sad, dark feel to it. So our first chord was that E. Well, that's obviously not it. So what's the second chord? Well, it's a B. And is it a B major? Yep, it's a B major. You can rule out the major chords. Do not try major chords, because that's not it. B major's not it. So what's our next note? It's a C sharp. So is that a major? Absolutely not. You can hear that's a wrong note. That is a C sharp minor. There's our note. So there's that minor. So you always want to try the minor chord. There will be a lot of times that a minor will fall into place, and you'll go, okay, well, that's probably the key for the blues scale. So now, knowing that C sharp minor, let's try applying a C sharp blues scale, which is at your 9th fret is where that'll start. So let's try that now. Okay, here we go. So as you can hear, that one's much better, like much better. It fits perfect. That's the blues scale, and it'll fit there. I'm trying to think of some different kinds of music. Let's say you want to have a little more, let's put a little more rock sound to it here. Okay, got a little more rocky sound, but we know that our first chord was an E. So let's try E blues. So obviously, this works over all kinds of music. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a lot of fun learning the blues scale today. We'll add things to it. Like I'll keep building these videos, and I'll teach you from the blues scale. We'll go to filling in the blanks on the blues scale, to then I'll teach you the pentatonic scale, and now you're getting into the real like Zakk Wylde and the Guitar Hero type stuff. Van Halen, I should have told you that. Van Halen's a big blues scale guy. He adds a lot of happy notes to it to make it sound different, but he's based in the blues scale. So you can apply this all over the place. So good luck, guys. Keep practicing, keep playing. I'll see you next time.